Right, okay, so don't try and be a hero. Always give yourself your column headings. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and then the 8th one is 128. So the first one, we always work from the most significant bit, the big one. That one's obviously a trivial, isn't it? So we just go, oh yeah, one of those, nothing else. So the answer would be 1 followed by 3 zeros and then 4 zeros. What I want you to get into the good habit of is not writing things like this. Why don't I want you to write it like that? You could write it down wrong. Someone could find it hard to read. And in fact, when you get like strings of zeros and things, it is hard to work out how many there are. Try and split it into 2 halves, into nibbles. So when you're writing an answer in binary for 8 bits, leave a gap before you do the last 4 bits. And it makes it a lot easier to read, and for you to double check as well. Okay, so that was a trivial one. So let's have a go. I'll just save you writing the columns out again, just rub that out. Okay, 60. So same process. I've got me column headings for 8 bits. I start with the biggest, and all we're trying to do is see if a column heading fits into what we've got left. So 60 will not allow 128 to fit. So we've got no 1 to 8. Look to the next one, 64. That still won't fit, so we'll put a 0. But 32 will. So we'll have a 32, and then we've got to either in your head, if your mental arithmetic's good, or on the exam paper, just do a little subtraction. Okay? So that's going to be 8, 28 left. So when I move on, I say, oh, 28, I can get 16 out of that. So let's take 16 off. So we get 12. Yeah, could have done that in my head, but I'm just following the process through. Right, so 12, I can get an 8 out of 12. So 8 leaves me with 4, and then I've got nothing left. So that was my working out. So my final answer was 0, 1, 1, leave a gap, 1, 1, 0, 0. Quite weird, it's a palindromic binary value. So it reads the same backwards as forwards. Okay, so there's nothing hard about these, but the key thing is that you follow the process and you don't try and like shortcut the process. That's when it all goes horribly wrong, when you try and shortcut. So let's have a look at the last one. So 43. So not going to get 128 out of that or 64, but I can get a 32. Now I'm going to do this in my head this time, so I'll probably mess it up. That leaves me with 11. Okay, so I've got none of those, but I'll have an 8, which leaves me with 3. So I can't have a 4, but I can have a 2, which then leaves me with 1. So for the last one, I would have got, when I wrote it out neat, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, right, I'll stop that there.